Hello, hello, hello. We are going to be starting here shortly. Screw it. We could just probably start. Let's just do this thing. Is this the right button? That's the right button. All right. So, let me see. Yeah. Is that what this is looking like? There it is. Okay. So, hello, everybody, and welcome to this live stream / new podcast I'm going to be doing today. So today we are doing the CreateCast, and today we're going to be talking about the things I would do differently, or just what I would do in general if I were to start my writing career in 2026. And that's going to give you guys a little bit to start planning, because we're just a couple months away now. We're in the beginning of November. All sorts of fun stuff. And I realize that a lot of you really enjoy stuff I do more when I'm like giving you guys advice and talking like that. So that is kind of what we're going to be talking about. But in case any of you out there are Renaissance men, women, where you like to create, but you do things in different forms, whether it's writing or art or painting or, making music or whatever. We're going to just talk about all different aspects of creating and how to go about doing that, because whatever medium you're in, the act of creation is the same. Like the inspiration is the same, the ideas and how you get those ideas are the same, and kind of what you do with them is the same. It just depends on how you put it down, like how you're making those things and putting it out on stuff. So we're going to be talking about that in a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of house cleaning or housekeeping. I can't remember what the term exactly is here in the beginning. Before we jump into the topic, but a couple things right off the bat. First off, I was on, let me see. I have notes, but they're not in a notebook, because I thought I was going to have time to transfer all this stuff on the thing. But YouTube's acting funny today, and so I kept trying to add stuff to the description of this video, and it wouldn't save it. I tried making a new podcast playlist for this new podcast, and it wouldn't let me do that either. So that's stuff that we'll have to do as everything goes on here. But yeah, I was on CreateCast episode 382, where we talked about Lovecraft, H.P. Lovecraft inspiration in film. And that was a really fun episode. So I will eventually have the link of that added to the description of this. But as of right now, it wouldn't let me do it. So hopefully that's something that we can do here in a minute. Another thing, I finally got my issue of the Scum Rag, issue 4, that I have a poem in. And the way to get this is going to scumbagpress.co.uk. This is a really cool, oh man, this paper feels so good. I love the paper on here. But it has a bunch of different poems in them, some art, and then it also has an article written by Shaylin Marks reviewing Bardstock. It's got a book review, and then there's this whole thing here, Poet Town, the poetry of Hastings and thereabouts. Kind of a cool thing. And it's got this little comic strip thing in there too. It's pretty cool. And my poem, where is it? Coffee table on a third story balcony is inside of this. But yeah, Martin Appleby is the guy that puts this together. He does great work. Like, his stuff is so cool. I really, really love it. And if you are in the UK, it probably won't be that much to ship it to you because they are from the UK as well. So yeah, so if you want to hear my poem, Coffee Table on a Third Story Balcony, go ahead and pick this up. And again, that is at scumbagpress.co.uk. Boom. Super cool, super cool. Let me think. Was there anything else? Oh, and then I think we talked about this last week, but I also did an episode of Jalo Chow Chow where we talked about the strange vice of Mrs. Ward. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jalo Chow Chow has a YouTube page now. But typically those podcasts are wherever podcasts are available. So that's pretty fun. Let me see what else we got over here. Okay. So I'm trying to think if there's any other updates. Oh, there are some other updates. I was yesterday, putting together the extra chapbook that the people who got Seasons of the Muse are going to get. And it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. So I keep moving this table. So that's been a little challenging. So I'm trying to come up with the best way to put that together. So, but you know, it's been good. I have my printer back now. So I'm looking forward to cranking that out and making that. So probably by the next episode of this, I'll be able to show you that. And hopefully I'll have the actual copies of Seasons of the Muse by next week as well. That would be great. And I could show them and then get ready to ship those things off. We are going to be filming here the week of November 10th. So that'll be a lot of fun. And for members of the channel, I will have like behind the scenes kind of crap that you guys could look at. So that'll be cool. And then the only other thing is tarot readings and stuff like that. Just so you know, if you would like to book a reading with me, let me know. Send me an email to ihatemattwall@gmail.com if you are interested in that. I've been doing more and more of those. And one of the cool things that I'm going to be doing here very shortly is I'm getting together with a bunch of ladies who want to do setting their dating intentions for 2026 and getting love readings, and I'm going to do their birth charts and stuff and just have a little sesh about what their romantic life is going to be looking like next year. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, didn't think you'd be getting a tarot thing here in the CreateCast, did ya? Gotta chew gum today, guys. I have got to chew gum today. So anyway, we're about 10 minutes in. Cool. This is not good podcast content, guys. I'm chewing gum. Okay, so the things that I would do different and the things that I would tell people to do if they were to start their writing career today. The first thing is, it would be asking you, what are you expecting from this? Are you expecting to, and it's really good for you to like write down what your actual expectations are. Because there are some people who really only want to get signed with a big publisher. They don't want to do small presses. They don't want to do self-publishing. They don't want to do any of this stuff. They just want the kind of prestige that comes with getting your book with a large publisher. So, and a lot of you know this already, but really the only way you're going to be able to do that is to probably write like probably 5 manuscripts and send those out to literary agents and hope that somebody wants something that you're doing, and then they'll do the thing. It's kind of a crapshoot, but if you are in a position where you are independently wealthy or financially taken care of, you have the ability to do that. You know, you're not like stressing out on how many books you have to sell in order to make your nut to pay your rent, you know? So if you're okay, like financially, I would say, yeah, go ahead and do that if that's what you want to do. I have noticed though that people who either write articles or stories or whatever for big magazines have a much easier time getting into the big publishers. People who are professors who have their MFA or whatever you would have for your literature, and you have that, have a leg up in getting in with big publishers. This all sounds really stupid and weird, but if you have those things, or you have the ability to get those things, get those things. Because I think the thing that a lot of people don't think about when they think about their writing career is that it is a long time. Like, you have to be laying steps down constantly to get from point A to point B. And a lot of people, they're like in their mid-20s, mid-30s, whatever. They're like, I need to have this done yesterday. I need to already be a successful writer. So, and they're like panicking and just going through the steps. Most people who do that don't ever actually do anything. They spend all their time freaking out about all the things that they haven't done yet, that they don't do anything now to make tomorrow a better day. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's that. Now, if you are not in that boat of financially taken care of with a great college education, you're a professor at a university, like if you're any of those people, you shouldn't even be listening to me. Like, you already have the stuff you need. Just go. So for everybody else, there is many things you can do if you just want to be able to make a living off of your writing. The best thing to do is to have a book series. If you have like a really good like niche that you're in with that book series, that'll be even better. The problem that I see with a lot of people when it comes to writing niche fiction is that they're not really fans of the things that are happening right now. Like they might like a book series from like 20 years ago or something like that, but they're not keeping up with the trends as to what's happening in that genre right now. So if you write space operas and you love space operas, but you really only saw one or read one space opera a long time ago, and you just really dig that, but you don't spend time researching what other people are doing, then you might be like out of the loop when it comes to what people are actually reading in like a space opera thing right now. I have a problem with this because I would rather write more words than words that I read, if you know what I'm saying. But if you are writing to market and you are, in essence, the editor and publisher of your own work, you need to do yourself a favor and know what's going on in the world that you're trying to write in. Like, if you want people to be buying your books, you have to know what those people are actually interested in. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. So that would be one thing. Just keep your finger on the pulse of what you're doing. If you do write in a specific genre, stay in that specific genre until you are bigger than God. Okay? Because you're going to start building a fan base who like you writing in this specific thing. If you then write like a romantic comedy, a lot of the people who liked your first stuff won't like this next thing you're doing, and then will kind of lose faith in you as more of like, well, I can't really trust them because I don't know what I'm going to get. I really did like this first thing they did, but I just don't really dig this. So what I tell everybody is if you have a series that's going well and you're doing good with it, but you really want to do this other thing with different characters in a completely different kind of story, just take those characters in that story arc and try to weave it in to the series that you're doing. If you can make that fit in with what you're doing, it will be so much fun for you to be able to finally write the thing that you really want to write. But also it'll be great when your fans are buying your stuff because it's like, oh my God, they accept this. I took them in a place where they probably didn't think they wanted to go, and they accepted it and they liked it. And then you're going to feel like you fucking like did something amazing, like reinvented the wheel. You know what I'm saying? So that's really good too. If you're going to write a series, this is always what's said. Write 3 books for the series before you start putting them out, because you want to have the consistency. You want to have the things going to where you have that first book that's priced a lot lower to hook people and get them in. And then as soon as they get to the end of the book, it'll be like, click here to get the next book. And that book's already out. And then your little sales funnel's already going. And then if the third book's already out too, click here to blah, blah, blah. But what I'm trying to say is there has to be consistency with it too. So your audience will start to know, you will start to train your audience that the next book will come out blank. Okay? And once you get your audience like trained that that's how things are going to go, reading your work, it becomes like habitual, like ritualistic. Like there will be a thing. People will know. They will always remember. And then if you break that, you're breaking the reader's trust and things are going to get weird. It's the same thing with like YouTube. Like if you are doing live streams every Sunday at noon and then you don't do it for a week, people start going, oh, what's going on there? If you skip a couple weeks, then you got to spend another month trying to get people back into you doing your stream at noon on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be really good about that. My tea bag broke, so there's all these floaties in my tea. Not thrilled about that. So obviously mailing lists are important when you're doing that. So you got to have that so you let people know what's going on. Ads, I don't know how ads, I think ads, yeah. I've heard, I haven't done them yet since I've heard this, but I've heard Facebook ads are really bad now. Like not bad, but just like not as good as they once were. And it might just be the amount of traffic that's on Facebook now, which I still think is a lot. I still think a lot of people use that. But I don't know. Getting on mailing lists is always good. Doing blogs and doing like a blog tour on other people's blogs is always great. Substack, if I was to start over right now, I think I would make Substack a big part of what I'm doing until the next big thing happens. But basically, if you want to self-publish, have books ready to go, be consistent with how you're putting your books out, and don't stray from the genre that you decide you're going to be in. Don't do pen names that you're going to want to change later. If you have a pen name, stick to it. Whatever you do, just stick to it. Seriously. Like I set myself back at least 7 years, I would think, with all of the pen name changes that I've had. I took kind of bad advice when I started, and then to get out of that, I took bad advice from a couple other different people. And when you take bad advice from a few different people, the one thing that doesn't do is fix anything. You're just getting bad advice from everywhere. So, and it's mainly my fault for taking the advice. Yeah, I'm not going to blame anybody else for those mistakes, but I've learned a lot in failing and screwing things up a lot. So that's why I'm actually really excited to re-release Black Star Canyon. So that's going to be really, really fun. And I think, I'm on the fence about this now, but I think I was going to wait until January, but I think I might start it right before Thanksgiving and go monthly with it. So that's the plan. So we will see. Yeah. Marketing is really a big deal. Again, if you have the money, get a publicist, get anybody who can do your email marketing for you, just so you could focus on the actual art. I've had control issues my whole life where I didn't want to let people like do like the business side of the things that I do. And I'm kind of over that now. Life's too short to stress yourself out over crap that you're really not good at. Not you, but like me. Like, I've been able to pull it off. I've been able to, like, not half-ass it, but like do the best I can do. And it's been okay for me. But I feel like if maybe 10 years ago I had a publicist or just some like marketing person handle all of that kind of shit for me, like I would be way farther along in my career than I am right now. But having said that, having a giant list of things that you've already done, the residual income from that is really, really cool. So even if you're not like selling like 1,000,000 books of every book you've ever made, if you're selling a good amount of all of these books you did, that ends up being a pretty decent chunk of change. And then if you also have music and you have film and you have all the other things you stick your fingers into, and you have all these things, getting all of these little tiny like income streams, they really add up. And the only way those things are going to add up is if you actually put them out. Because a lot of you that I talk to, you have so much content made already, but you haven't done anything with it because you're afraid to put it out for some reason. Like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this in this amount of time. And there's all sorts of stuff like that. And it's just like, do it or don't. If you want to just do it to like for yourself to keep in a drawer and that's your drawer and you know what's in there, then keep that. And that's amazing. And that's cool if you're happy because the art is in the making, you know? But if you want to actually try to like make a living off of this, you have to start building this like giant like resume of stuff out there, you know? And it's only going to get out there if you put it out there. So there's that. But I know there's still 2 months left of this year, but I'm like, 2026 is my year, guys. I'm out. See you later, 2025. This was a hard year, guys. And there's still 2 months left. Oh my God. So many things have changed. So many things have changed. If you would have asked me a year ago if I would have thought I would be here in the situation that I'm in right now, today, I would not have believed you. I would not have believed you at all. But yet here I am. So anyway, so that's what's going on. But one of the things I wanted to talk to you about as well with this is we talked about writing right now, okay? Like how to have like your career as a writer. I want to do a few of these and talk about also as an artist, as a filmmaker, as a musician. And so those will be kind of like the next episodes of this little podcast we do here. And yeah, so if you have any questions about any of this, like leave them in the comments down below. You can email me at ihatemattwall@gmail.com if you have a longer question or if you don't want to leave a question in the comments. And then we will shoot the crap about it, okay? But yeah, so go, again, pick up the Scum Rag at scumbagpress.co.uk. Go over to the Corpse Collective to listen to CreateCast number 382. I can't remember the Jalo Chow Chow episode, but if you go over to mattwallart.com, you can take a look at all my chapbooks and my paintings and pick some of those up while you still can. And then, why was I bringing that up? I was just going to say something about that. Oh, go over to Amazon and you can find my books there. There's links to those things down below. It's just the Corpse Cast and the Scum Rag I couldn't get on here for whatever reason. And I have a feeling notifications did not go out on this. So that's fine too. But anyway, so that's that. We will be here again next week, and I'll try to put some more content up throughout the week here to see how it goes. And yeah, so go keep buying my books, do all the stuff, type hard everybody, join the crew down below, and I will talk to you all later.